In January, I discovered on Instagram, I was just flipping through my Explore feature and her music came up, and I immediately connected with her music and her voice and her message. And so I just invited her to come out on tour with us. I said, why don't you come out, open the whole tour for us?
Oh my God.
I sent her a message, a direct message, and what did you think?
That was crazy, dude! Making my dreams come true over here. Just a freshman, now dropout in college. Touring with one of the coolest dudes, changing lives all over the world. It's unreal. Thank you.
So I said, if we're going to tour together, can you keep the house lights on just a little bit? I want to see everybody's eyes. Yeah, thank you. How you feeling, young? So I said, Victoria, if we're going to do a tour this summer, we should write a song together that we could play on the road. And so I invited her to Nashville where we were recording, and I told her about my life and how I grew up. My birth mother, my biological mother, is Irish, German, and Belgian. And my birth father is African American and Nottoway Indian from the mountains of Virginia. But I was adopted by the Franti family, who were second generation immigrants from Finland. And they had 3 kids of their own, and they decided to adopt myself and another African American son. I grew up in this really super mixed melting pot of a household. We were all different sizes and shapes and colors. And I have one sister who's a lesbian, one brother who's a police officer. And when I was a kid, I'd go to like a mostly white school when I was growing up, and a lot of days I'd get picked on, or I'd get in a fight, or something would happen at school, and I'd come home. And my mom, she would just look at me and she'd say, Michael, tomorrow I want you to go back to school, and I just want you to be you. Don't try to be anybody different. Don't try to change for anybody. Just be yourself. And so I asked Victoria, I said, what was it like for you growing up?
I was super stoked when he said he was the odd kid out at school, because I personally was born without part of my right arm, and I moved around a lot as a kid, so always being the new kid is hard, but always being the new kid with a missing limb, it can be pretty, a lot harder. But, you know, my mom was pretty cool too, and she always told me that the minute I embrace my differences, it'll be easier in my community for people to embrace each other's differences and their own, and create an environment of love and peace and understanding.
So we got together and wrote this song, and it's a song that is about bullying. It's a song that's about gun violence in our country, violence of all sorts, police shootings of young black men, school shootings, all these things. And I'm somebody who believes that every single one of us in this country, no matter what experience you come from, what walk of life, what religious preference, what political party, every single one of us has a role to play in the healing that our country needs right now. Every single one of us. We gotta do our part. And this is a song called Flower in the Gun.
We can be the healer when you're feeling all alone. We can be the reason to find the strength to carry on. In a world that's so divided, we shall overcome. We can be the healing. We can be the flower in the gun. We can be the healing. We can be the flower in the gun. What could I say to my son or to my daughter if they came and asked me about these days? What kind of reason could I give for all the hate standing in the way? Wish I could tell them that nobody's gonna judge them, and every stranger on the block is gonna love them. No bully in the world is gonna hurt them, but I can't say that today. No, no one could ever take your pride from you. Speak your truth and let your spirit fly, 'cause we can be the healing. When you're feeling all alone, we can be the reason to find the strength to carry on. In a world that's so divided, we shall overcome. We can be the healing. We can be the flower in the gun. We can be the healing. We can be the flower in
never told by a man, don't try to reach too high. What could I say to every girl who was betrayed and told to keep the pain locked inside? Wish I could say nobody's ever gonna judge me. Every stranger on the block is gonna love me. No bully in the world could ever hurt me, but I can't say that today. Oh, no one could ever take my pride from me.
Speak my truth and let my spirit fly. 'Cause we could be the healer when you're feeling all alone. We could be the reason to find the strength to carry on. In a world so divided, we shall overcome. We could be the healer. We could be the flower in the garden. We could be the healer. We could be the flower in the garden.
It's like dropping pebbles under the ocean and seeing them spread ripples around the world. So let me hear you say, whoa, whoa,
whoa,
yeah,
yeah,
oh, whoa,
whoa,
yeah. On your feet, y'all. Whoa,
whoa,
yeah, whoa. Put your hands up high and dance, y'all.
We could be the healer when you're feeling all alone. We could be the reason to find the strength to carry on. In a world so divided, we shall overcome. We could be the healer. We could be the flower in the garden. We could be the healer. We could be the flower in the garden.
What could I say to every woman who was ever told by a man, don't try to reach too high? What could I say to every girl who was betrayed and told to keep the pain locked inside? Wish I could say nobody's ever gonna judge me. Every stranger on the block is gonna love me. No bully in the world can ever hurt me. But I can't say that today.
No one could ever take my pride from me. Speak my truth and let my spirit fly. 'Cause we could be the healer when you're feeling all alone. We could be the reason to find the strength to carry on. In a world so divided, we shall overcome. We could be the healer. Put your hands high. We could be the flower in the garden. Let me hear you say, whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah, whoa, whoa, yeah. Let me hear you say, whoa, yeah, yeah. We could be the healer when you're feeling all alone. We could be the reason to find the strength to carry on. The world is so divided, we shall overcome. We can be the healing. We can be the flower in the gun. We can be the healing, yeah. We can be the flower in the gun.
Victoria Canal.